prophecy from Isaiah comes at the end of the Babylonian exile. So you can imagine the rejoicing of the people hearing this. God says to Isaiah, go tell them, comfort my people, speak tenderly to Jerusalem and proclaim that her service is at an end and her guilt is forgiven. It's probably should have the same emotional weight as a prisoner being released. 70 years. They were slaves in Babylon for 70 years. Maybe it wasn't as bad in Egypt, but they were exiles in Babylon, in a foreign country where you don't speak their language, where there's no temple, where all of the comforts of home, all of the infrastructure and structure of societal life is gone. For 70 years. It says that when they got back to Israel and they rebuilt the city, when they got back to Jerusalem and they rebuilt the city, the people who had been there before realized it wasn't the same. Yeah, because they were kids when they left. And they return as old people. 70 years, right? If you were old enough to really understand the way the city works, you might be 15, 16, 17. You're 85 now. They were gone for a long time. And the Lord says to them, it's over. It's done. Go home. Now, of course, this has happened before, right? God takes the entire people of Israel, all 12 brothers, and brings them to Egypt. 11 of the brothers, because of their sins. And then says to them when he lets them free, something like 500 years later, don't do it again. And the whole of the law, you look at the law, and a lot of times, the description, the reason given for why God says do this and don't do this is because you will not do this because this is what the Egyptians did to you. And it was burdensome and onerous for you. You don't do it to anybody else. And they broke those laws. So God said, okay, you didn't want to learn the lesson of the Egyptians. Maybe you'll learn the lesson of the Babylonians. And in fact, at least for the 500 years following that, between the end of the captivity and the birth of Jesus, they seem to have learned the lesson. But the suffering of the captivity was meant to remind them that they needed God. Now it's over. Don't forget. Teach your children. And that part is still sort of ongoing. Right? We're here on the pilgrimage of life and we live in this broken world and we're not quite set free from our slavery to sin. But we do have the benefit of Jesus Christ, the sacrament's grace. And they help a ton. We're not totally free yet. Be patient, endure just a little bit longer. But already in the sacraments, you've been set free. Don't go back. When you've been set free from sin, don't go back. When you've been set free from a vice, which is much harder, takes a lot longer, don't go back. Don't leave one abusive master to go follow another. Don't go back. I know that's easier said than done. But at least if we understand which direction we're supposed to be going, maybe we have a shot at taking it. Once Christ has set you free, don't go back. Stay with Jesus.